You know, there are some partners you will meet in this life. Sometimes you will begin to wonder which part of the world they came from. The kind of family that made them. The kind of upbringing they had. So there is this kind of women when they come into your life, you will know that your life will be prone to disaster. You'll be a disaster candidate. That is what your life is going to be. This kind that will make you, that you will not be up to that number of years that God desires you to be. That number of years that God wants you to attain. There's a kind of woman that will come into your life. You will not even smell that number of years. So some of these types will come, make your marriage a miserable experience. They will not allow you to enjoy your marital life. But in today's video, we are going to talk about the reasons why that particular woman you thought you married did not even come close to, did not even come for marriage. She came to become a thorn in your flesh. She actually came to make you regret going into this institution called marriage. But before we continue, Ogu Emmanuel is my name. You're highly welcome to this new and exciting YouTube channel. Please do well to come closer, draw your seat closer. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Click like, comment, ring the notification bell, so as to know whenever I post new videos on this channel. So now let's continue. So I will begin the first one by calling it total discharge. So this is one of the first ugly moves, first unholy moves that she will make. I mean, that woman that you married will make as soon as all her marital protocols like bride price, traditional and white wedding, must have been concluded, must have been completed. She will begin to appear as a kind of an angel of light, displaying these fake loyalties to each and every member of the family, as if she's a good woman, or as if she came to stay, But gradually, you begin to notice these sights and sounds of a ground clearing initiative. You may not understand what I mean, but what I mean here is that she will begin to make ways on how she can declare everybody and all the situations to your tent, O Israel. She will begin to look for a way to discharge everybody, every member of the family, even the husband's friends, the relatives, and all of them. So it will be to your tent, O Israel. Everybody will begin to scatter, will begin to scamper for cover, because the woman is now in charge of that man's life. She will bring enmity. There'll be enmity everywhere to all the husband's friends, members of the family. She will knock various heads together. Before you know what is going on, she will declare Operation Clean Up, which means she came to discharge everybody. Everybody must leave. Even the neighbors to the husband, that has been there before, even before she came into the family. She will turn the heads of the parents, bring their two heads together, be knocking it against each other. So many of the husband's relatives will swear, they will swear never to visit him again, or never to visit their family again because of her attitudes. Although, sorry, she might choose one, you know, she might choose one or two members of the family or the husband's relatives as the as an insider, as the family insider or informant. Somebody somebody who will be downloading her, who will be sending information and messages to her as regards to everything that has been going on in the family or whichever way that they're feeling against her. You know, she will have a mole in the family who will be feeding her with the information that she needs so that she'll be abreast of the next move that they will make. So this person's job will be to be giving her gossips, you know, the info and whatever plan they must have had or planning against her. So she'll be taking down all those perceived husband friends and family relatives down one after the other. You know, so after clearing those people away from the husband, she will now start dealing with the husband squarely. So, yeah, she will face the husband. She will face the husband, you know. So, no one by then will be around to bail the cat because she must have sent each and every one of them away. So, no one will bail the cat. No one will save the husband again. You know, all the friends and relatives will say, okay, it's none of my business. Go and continue with your wife. Whichever way you people seems fit, you can run your things the way you like. It doesn't concern me. It doesn't concern us. So it's none of our business, you know. So she will finally descend on the husband as if there will be no tomorrow. So the second one is what I call societal pressures. You know, most men are being carried away by the outward beauties and you know all these modern packagings of some of these young ladies. Those things, those flashy things that they normally used to flash on our faces. You know, as young men. You know, some usually come in that packet or I don't know what to call it. You know, when you see them roaming around the street looking for who to trap, you know, and even some of these our young men who are ever ready and willing to fall into the hands of some of these daughters of Eve. You have them, so all these young men hunting, looking for chicks and chickens. I don't know what to call them. They are looking for chicks and chickens, looking for babies, maybe to settle down with. You know, but some of these women do not come into your life for real marriage. They are not into you. They are not onto you for real marriage. Many are not even yet ready to settle down. You know, but because of what people will say, probably because many of her friends are already married and have settled down in their various husbands' homes with children already. So it might prompt them to settle down anyhow without minding if she has anything or if there's anything he has for the husband or not, any feelings or not. So she want to start combing anyhow to settle down with any man that comes around, you know. Although some parents are very good at always, you know, piling up pressures on some of these young ladies to go, you know, to go look out for anyhow a young man to marry because the mother wishes to carry her grandchildren on her laps by fair or foul means. she will always be disturbing. Oh, I need to carry my grandchildren like Mama Nkechi. I would like to carry my grandchildren like Mama Yetunde or Mama Risikat, something of that nature. So, but it's the wish of every grandma to carry her own grandchildren. You don't have to blame them for that. But that is not the reason why you should be pushing these young ladies to take decisions that will not augur well for them tomorrow. So that is a fact of life. Sometimes some of these young ladies will become the center of caricature among their relatives, among their neighbors, even in their communities. People will be talking to them anyhow because they know that their age has come up to marriageable one, and they do not even want to settle down. They will be using all kinds of names for them. Probably some members of our family, will always be on her neck, disturbing her. Come, sister, go and settle down, go and marry, and move out of this place for us so that we can see. So they will be pushing her to go and marry. They'll be pushing her. That is the result of the societal pressure. They are sometimes giving a kind of derogatory names just to be taunting them, be insulting them. Before you know what is going on, maybe an innocent but unfortunate young man, let me use that word like that, an innocent but an unfortunate young man who is desperately also looking for a life partner may walk into this kind of lady, or in other way may walk into this kind of trap, who is not yet ready. If you ask her to settle down, she's not yet ready to go into marriage. So the gossips of some people's friends, relatives, parents, even their fellow church members, we say you read their feelings for the lady. You read it from their body languages. So this unfortunate man who happens to come into that lady's life, asking for her for her hand in marriage, will then go prepare himself or come with his family, so that they will initiate marriage moves. She will come with her family, not knowing that she just met somebody whom he thought is going to settle down with. He will not even know that that particular journey that is about to start will eventually sit on the keg of a gunpowder. You see? So you don't need to be told that this marital relationship will be bent, it will be hell bent and divorce bound. Before you know it, it will start smelling divorce. Divorce will not be too far from that relationship or from that marriage. So it will eventually hit the rock as a result of the societal pressures, or sometimes the lady's personal manners that may not augur well in her marriage. Let me put it that way. So the third one is what I call social media wife. So just check out what is going on in our societies today. Look at the wahala, the problem social media is causing. I know it's not actually the fault of the social media, because you are the one who ventured into social media before you begin to enjoy the dividends. Okay, so just look at the problem social media is causing. Mostly among our still growing young people. Although it can work both sides. Social media is like a double-edged sword, so it can work both good and the bad. But most especially with all these young girls, you know, these young girls are so deep neck hooked up with this social media frenzy. They are always mad with this social media, all those everything that's going on in the social media, whether it is true or not. They don't even care, you know. And you know that everybody wants to be part of this midsummer madness called social media. These young ladies have sworn never to do anything without their mobile phones. They are, every time you see them, they will clutch a very big phone that is almost bigger than their heads. Even expensive ones too. They have sworn that their phones will always be by their side in whatever thing they are doing. Some normally even go inside the bedroom with their mobile phones by their side. So with all these kind of habits and abuse of social media privileges, how do you think that such a person will be ready to come settle down for marriage? If not, how can you tell me that that a just married young woman would give every attention and dedication at her disposal to her mobile phones more than her husband? She will be more interested to keep her phone okay and happy instead of making the husband feel good. That means she loves her phone. She likes her phone more than the husband. You know, what about their relationship? You don't know where the thing will be heading to. So this singular reason has caused the thing has caused a lot of marriage breakdowns. You can go check out the statistics and see what is going on. How divorce has become the order of the day in our lives. Divorce every here and there. What is going on? If you know that you're not yet ready, you don't want to settle down, don't want to marry, it's not by force. Cool down when you start having the service, like a mobile phone service. When you start having the service, then you start thinking of settling down and how to play a good role in the relationship. You know, so I once had a neighbor who always fights with the wife because of this. Yes, every now and then they'll be fighting because of maybe probably the wife might be secretly making some inordinate phone calls that the man did not even understand. Before you know it, or she will always be on her WhatsApp, busy sending messages to 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 people that the husband knew next to nothing about. Before you know what is going on, trouble will start. So how can you claim to be part of a marriage you are not even participating in? Is it possible? Because what you're interested in is only your phone and whatever that comes out of it. So how can a married I don't know how to put it. How can a married young lady, be keeping or maintaining deep heart and constant communications with her first boyfriend or her former boyfriend or even her last boyfriend while she is still in her husband place in her husband house, already married, but you're still communicating with the guy that made you a woman. You're still communicating with your last boyfriend before you got married. Sometimes they do share compromised pictures, unholy messages, that are constantly exchanged. They do exchange bad messages. Let me use that word like that. So thereby distracting the couple's marital intention in their marriage. Yes, they'll be distracted because the wife could no longer face what she came into the husband's house for. She will always be making, chatting, answering a lot of calls at an awkward places and times, at an ungodly hours. You see a married woman making calls when she knew that the husband is sleeping. She'll be making calls, hiding so many things. So how can such a person claim that she's married? Is it possible for such a person to claim that she's a married woman, that she's somebody's wife, and that she came to settle down as a married woman? How can one understand that kind of rubbish? So as a man, you might look like a married man, but no, you don't have a wife. If you don't mind, let me tell you the truth. You don't have a wife, because she's still into an unholy partnership with that guy outside. You don't have a wife. So you have to do something serious about that. So the fourth one in my list is what I call wrong choices. Sometimes in life, people can make some choices that can make or mar the life plan. That's their life plan, what they plan for them. Yeah, they can make some choices, plans, ambitions, and even feelings. Those things, these qualities will determine how their life will be run. It will determine how their lives will be controlled. So a lot of people has gone into this marriage institution hoping that they have made, the best choice. But with time, maybe due to lack of enough courtship, he did not even, the young man did not even give himself some time to know one or two things about the young lady. I'm not saying that during courtship that you are duty bound to know everything about the lady you want to settle down with. It's not possible. But at least you have some reasonable percentage of experience. You can pick one or two things from her body languages, the way she does her things, her way of life in that period of courtship. There are some things that you may notice. You may decide to say, no, I'm not sure that I can continue with this. So due to lack of that courtship period and other reasons, the man will find out that they have made the biggest mistake of their lives. That the woman he wanted to marry accepted to marry him, because she thought that she had these reasons to believe that the man ticked all the boxes. But what happened was that even from a distance, she will fell for this marriage with this man that she was not interested in. Yes, she would decide to settle down with this man that because it was the man that was available at that particular point in time. Due to the family pressures and so on and so forth. So she would decide to settle down with a man that she knew next to nothing about, and she did not even care to know. But only to find out later that they had no business coming together as husband and wife. They are in no way compatible. That it was not exactly what she bargained for. But what can one do? she would just say, okay, let me take it like that. Let me be managing it like that. Maybe probably I'll be pouring some anointing oil in the relationship and be praying upon it. Many times in this part of Africa, we used to confuse ourselves many times with that word prayer. You know that what you are doing or what you are going into is not good, that thing is wrong. You will be confusing yourself saying that you are going to use prayer to control it. I'm not saying that prayer is not good, though. Don't try to misunderstand me. Then before you know what is going on, regret will set in, and then there will be this barrage of complaints here and there. Before you know, she'll start saying, I didn't know he was this mean. I didn't know that he has this big skeleton in his cupboard. She'll be complaining up and down here and there. I never know he had this wife and children hidden somewhere. I know he did not even inform her that he didn't know that he will not be good in bed. Then from there, she will not like to be seeing the man as her life partner, but rather she'll be seeing the man as a potential, divorce candidate. Since the regret has already set in, and she has become the 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 cynosure of all eyes. Everybody will be watching her. Everybody will be looking at her as, they will start looking at her somehow. People will be watching. The woman will start feeling chained, and she sees the husband as a mistake that took place in her life. So, but if all things comes to worst, she will have no other choice than to start withdrawing from whatever feelings she had left in that relationship. So whatever thing that she felt for the man, she'll just get out of it. She'll start withdrawing it. And her behaviors, with the husband will automatically dwindle. It will automatically start changing. She will start feeling suffocated, and she will, if you ask her, she will tell you that she has had it up to here, and she'll begin to look for a way out of the relationship. So due to wrong choices she made, she wouldn't want to continue being the wife of her husband. So before you know what is going on, a lot of inordinate ideas will start creeping in on her. Then a lot of things could go wrong. Because the whole idea of that marriage or relationship has been disfigured. It's no longer what they thought it could be. So the fifth one is what I call first love or last boyfriend. Let me put it that way. There are many instances of a married woman sneaking through the backyard of her marriage, to go do a lot of unholy things. Doing a kind of things that when the ear hears it, it will tingle. Doing things that is against the tenets of a marital sanctity, that is against the idea of marriage. So some of these young married ladies do go to their husband's house with a lot of baggages, which sometimes includes going with a fresh pregnancy from their last boyfriends. Yes, many of them. That's why there is this highly pronounced statistics that most firstborns in our country, in our communities, most firstborns, when women usually come into their husband places, that most firstborns are not even fathered by the man that married the woman. That most of the young ladies normally come to the husband's families with a pregnancy deposited by another person or the last boyfriend. But that's for another day. That is not for this particular video. So they will come into the husband's house with another person's pregnancy. They may not even know. Probably they took in, probably the guy downloaded, that oil and gas stuff into her maybe a day before the wedding or 2 days or thereabout. The guy deposited that and that formed the pregnancy there, before she moves into the husband's place officially. So for some reasons, the lady has not detached herself from those amorous influence of her first lover or her last boyfriend, or the guy who discovered her as a woman. It's very difficult. I mean, there is no girl or woman that can tell you that she can easily forget that guy that deflowered her. I don't think it's possible, but they will not tell you, they will not inform you. So if you're once a player, you know what is going on. You will know. Such kind of people influences these women in their marriages. It may be the guy that removed the cap of her virginity. That guy, now, the guy that I'm talking about. Or that guy that is probably very good at taking her to the cloud 9. And then what about her last official boyfriend? I know why I use that word, official boyfriend. The last investor in the ministry. You've not even thought about that guy. There must be somebody in the waiting before you lombard in as the husband, because you came with a hook. You came with a dangling hook. What is that dangling hook? You came with that hook that they normally put for fishes. Then you place marriage on that hook. She took it, and two of you claimed that you became one, that you have turned to one. So I hope you know that it's not difficult. It's not, it's very difficult. No woman can forget that guy, that very guy that gave her that birth independence. No woman. Even that guy has taught her, a lot of things, the guy that taught her those things that the parents refused to teach her. She will not forget the guy in a hurry. I hope you know about that. So that young lady might decide to accept your hand in marriage for some reasons. Maybe all her friends are already inside their various husbands' homes, or probably she's tired of doing one ashebi, from one ashebi to another, So before you know it, this guy came along. So it might also be that since her last boyfriend, who is still probably under somebody or not yet financially independent, I mean, that the guy is not ready for any commitment with her. So you made yourself the next victim. He happens to be the next victim. This innocent you became the next victim in her life that you normally use marriage to cover up. From there you'll be hoping against hope that you have got married to your wife, but you don't know whom you are getting entangled with. And you as a man, you'll be looking at yourself that you have found a wife, but only for your eyes to be opened, later on, that the mind and heart of your so-called wife is still attached with that first guy who discovered her as a woman or that school boyfriend. So what she will be doing, what she'll be doing before the husband is to be pretending because they have already claimed that they are married. So she'll be pretending, playing along as if she has anything intimate with the man. You know, just imagine the man who respected her enough to come pay for her bride price. Those other guys were unable to do so. You know, this man that came completed all her marital rights before her people, before her kinsmen, with a beautiful wedding ceremony to cap it all. You know, so finally, this type of woman's outer body, you can say, belongs to the husband, while the whole of her heart, her inner body, soul, and spirit belongs to that guy outside. I mean the last boyfriend, or probably the guy that who brought her into this bed business, who brought her in. Probably her heart is still there. You don't know. So, but anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching my today's video. I do not take your presence on this channel for granted. Do not forget that. And a special thanks to all my esteemed viewers. Please do well to subscribe and click like on my new YouTube channel. This is a new channel. Please, I need your support. Support me on this. Just ring the notification bell. And please let us know what you think about this video in the comment section. And let us, if you don't mind, meet again in my next video. Bye-bye.